Have you ever felt like you don't even know what your profits are in your Etsy print-on-demand business? Or you don't even know where to begin to calculate your profits? Well, if that's you, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the easiest way to calculate your profits in your print-on-demand business. And if numbers aren't your thing, this is the video for you. I want to make it so easy that literally a third grader could do this. So no software is needed, no extra tools needed. I'm just going to show you the simple math, the simplest, easiest way to calculate your profits in your print-on-demand business. So we're going to be talking about some Etsy finances basics. We're going to be talking about Inner Circle prints and their charge history report that you guys can download. And then finally, if you guys stick around to the end, I'm going to be giving you guys a step-by-step example showing you a sample month where we made over $30,000 in profit, and I'm going to walk through the calculation with you. So before we get started, if you guys are new here, my name's Connor. I'm a full-time Etsy seller. My wife and I do this full-time. We've done over $2 million in lifetime sales on Etsy. Those screenshots at the top there, those are real screenshots from our real Etsy shops. Big green number at the bottom there. That's our total lifetime revenue as of September 30th, 2025. Like I said, we do this full time. We both quit our 9-to-5 jobs over the last 12 months and have gone all out on Etsy this year in 2025. And so we're making these videos for three main reasons. Number one, to document our journey from where we're at right now, just over $2 million, all the way to $10 million and beyond. Along the way, we're going to be sharing what did work, what didn't work, and what we're actively doing in our own shops to help you. And then finally, we're making these videos selfishly to attract other Etsy sellers just like you who align with our values and want to work with us to help them grow their own shops. So let's jump right into the video. So we're going to start with some basic Etsy finances. And so to start, I want to jump over to our Etsy dashboard here, and I will switch our screen here so you guys can see this full screen. And so essentially how I got here is I went to our finances section along your shop manager toolbar here. So you guys can click this. And then I just went to monthly statements. And so what we're looking at here and is an example from November of 2024, which is the example we're going to go through at the end here, which is one of our best months ever. We literally took home over $30,000 in profit this month. And I figured it was a good example because we're coming up on November this year, and a lot of you guys are going to have record months. We plan to have a record month ourselves, so I thought it was fitting to show last year at this time. So just high-level overview of the monthly statement section here in your Etsy account. Essentially, there's four sections that Etsy will display. So there's your sales, which this is your total revenue. It includes the shipping that you've collected. It also accounts for any refunds that were issued, as well as sales tax. But this top number here, this is your total revenue, including shipping. Then the next section here is our marketing section. So this is your advertising costs. This includes your Etsy ads that you're running on the Etsy platform, as well as any offsite ads that are shown for your Etsy listings. This third section here is your Etsy fees. So this includes the listing fees, the 20 cents that it costs you to post or renew each listing. There's going to be your transaction fees as well as your processing fees. And any refunds that you issue, you guys can see the credits are already accounted for in each one of these sections. And so it all rolls up into one big nice number here. And this is what we'll use later in our example calculation. The fourth section here is our shipping section. And since we're print-on-demand sellers, we don't actually ship the items ourselves. So we're not paying for shipping labels through Etsy. And so that's why this displays at $0. And so let's jump back over to our whiteboard here. And I want to give you guys a little bit more detail here on this first section. So the Etsy finances we just looked at, but I want to show you guys kind of the basic formula of how you calculate your profit. Okay. So our profit is going to equal our total sales. So that's our total revenue minus our ads. So our advertising fees minus our Etsy fees minus our cost of goods. Cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold is what you pay to your production partner. In this example, we're going to be talking about Inner Circle prints, but this calculation applies to any production partner that you're using. You would take the same approach. And so the final thing here is, I'll just say other. So other in this case would be things like Canva subscriptions, other design tools that you use. If you've bought PNGs or fonts or things like that, that would fall into this other section, and you would want to deduct that from your total revenue to essentially give you your total profit. So it's a few variables here, right? It's just sales, it's your advertising costs, your Etsy fees, your cost of goods, and your other, right? And so 3 of these come from that Etsy monthly summary, right? So that sales number we looked at, that was the total revenue. We saw our ads number here, and just bear with me as I deal with this tablet. It's working again. So sales, ads, and then Etsy fees. And so we can pull those 3 numbers from that one single report. It's really easy. It's right there at your fingertips. And then these 2 right here will get these other places. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to use the Inner Circle Prints charge history report to get your cost of goods. And then we can plug this into our formula here and calculate our profits. So let's jump over to Inner Circle Prints quickly and talk about the charge history report. So if you guys are logged into your Inner Circle Prints account, you can click on this My Account button in the bottom left-hand corner. And then along the top here, what you want to do is click on Charge History. And when you do this, it's going to load all your charges that you've recently done in Inner Circle Prints. You can also filter on a date range. And so, like I said, in this example, we're going to be talking about last November of 2024. So what I'm going to do here is add in November 2024. Oops, 2024. So 11/1 to 11/30, 2024. And then I'm going to filter that data. So it's just showing me the November 2024 data. It looks like it included one from December, so we'll end up deleting that out, and I'll show you guys how to do that. But once you've filtered this data, you're going to hit export to a CSV, and it should download our data. And if we open that file, it's just going to give you an Excel CSV file. And so what I like to do here is manipulate the data a little bit so we can get the right numbers that we want. And so as you can see, this first one here, this was from December. So I'm just going to delete this one out. And then I'm just going to scroll all the way to the bottom and just double check that it has all of November's data. So it went from the 30th all the way to the 1st. So that looks good. It looks like we have all the data that we need. And then the next thing I like to do is I like to just reformat this date, because it does include the timestamp. And so how I like to do that very quickly is I'll just add a new column, and then I like to highlight this column here where the date is. And I'm just going to go to data, and then I can use this text to columns feature and then select fixed width. And then I can hit next. And then I just click once right at the end of the date in the format that I want. And I'm just going to hit finish. And so what that does is it's just going to separate these 2 columns, and then I can delete this because I don't really care about the timestamp. All I really care about is the date. And the reason I like to have it in this format is it just makes it easier to filter and sort your data when you have various months all pulled together when you're compiling your finances at the end of the year. And so from here, I like to just add a filter, and that allows me to quickly manipulate the data. And so I'll just make some of these columns resize a little bit. And so, like I said, you can see all the days. If we had additional months in here, we would see November, December. We could sort by, oldest to newest, newest to oldest, and so on, and kind of put it in order. But the way that I like to calculate this is using this action column here. So if we click on this filter, what we can see is there's a few different selections here. So there's added to wallet, there's debit, and there's full refund. So the important thing here, if we were to just sum up the numbers here, what we would be left with is this $106,000 number. But it's a little misleading because it's double counting the times we added money to the wallet, right? And so you don't want to double count the times you added to the wallet. You only want to count when you're actually running debit charges, right? When you're paying for the actual products, the cost of goods to fulfill the items through Inner Circle Prints. So I'm going to filter on just debit for now. And I'm going to highlight this entire column here, column C. In the bottom, the number in the bottom right here, this 59,230.25. This is our total cost of goods for November. All the products that we purchased through Inner Circle Prints that month. So 5230.25. So we're going to jump back over to our whiteboard here and we're going to write that number down, 59,230.25. And so let's just write this down so we don't forget. So cost of goods equals, 59,230.25. And one other thing that we need to account for, if you guys saw this, is there's a full refund section here. So we need to add back in anything that's been refunded. So in this case, it looks like there were only 2 refunds issued, but we want to add those back in, right? Because Inner Circle Prints reimbursed us for those orders. So we want to add back in that $25.79. So we'll jump back over to our tablet here. And so we're going to subtract that number, $25.79. $25.79. Okay. So then if we take our calculator out here, we have 59,230.25 minus 25.79. So that's going to give us 59,204.46. So 59,204.46. So this is our total cost of goods, what we paid to Inner Circle Prints to fulfill our items in the month of November. So that's one part of our equation here. What we need to do now is go gather our numbers from Etsy from our monthly account. So we're going to jump back over to the monthly account and let's gather those numbers here. So what I'm going to do here is we'll clear this and then let's gather these numbers. So the first number in our equation was our sales number. So that's 120,466.73. Then we're going to subtract out our marketing and then we're going to subtract out our Etsy fees. So let's subtract out the 16,428.97. And then let's also subtract out our Etsy fees. So minus 13,967.22. So what we're left with is just over $90,000. And now if we jump back to our whiteboard here, sorry, I'm jumping back and forth. I just want to demonstrate this on a few different views here for you guys. So we were left with the 90,000, which this was the first part of the equation. So we took our sales, we subtracted our ads, we subtracted our Etsy fees. Now we need to subtract out our cost of goods. So that's where we subtract out our 59 minus 59, 204.46. So what we're left with in total profit is the $30,866.08. So our total profit for the month of November was $30,866.08. And so it was a very good month. It was one of our best months ever, probably actually our best month ever. We hope to break that record this coming month here, but that was our total profit that month. The one thing that I didn't include in this calculation was the other, but like I said, What you guys want to include in that calculation is things like your Canva subscription fees, any PNGs or fonts or things that you downloaded, anything like that you would include in this other section. Any other business expenses that you had, you would want to include that each month when you keep your books. And so hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I wanted to give just a quick and easy example for you guys to follow along and be able to start to calculate your own profits on a monthly basis and just have that pulse on your business. So let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you guys. If you want to see more of this finance, back-end, bookkeeping, business type content, because we do spend a significant amount of time on it in our own business. Lauren and I have monthly meetings discussing our finances and just making sure everything looks healthy and making adjustments as needed. So let me know if that would be helpful for you guys to hear more about that in future videos. And by the way, if you guys aren't subscribed here, I would really appreciate it if you did subscribe. Our YouTube analytics tell us that about 40% of you guys watch these videos but aren't subscribed yet. And so it literally takes 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button below. If you guys wouldn't mind, it would really mean a lot to us. And thank you guys as always for watching.